history does not merely echo, it stalks the ignorant, waiting to devour them with the exact same teeth it used a generation ago. Today, the corporate media, the deep state, and the establishment political uniparty scream from every screen that the MAGA movement is the ultimate threat to democracy. They frame America First patriots as dangerous radicals who must be silenced, debanked, and prosecuted to save the republic. But this is a carefully calculated psychological projection. The true threat to liberty is hiding in plain sight, operating under the guise of social justice, equity, and progress. To understand the fatal trap currently snapping shut on Western civilization, we do not need to look into a crystal ball. We only need to look back to the streets of Tehran in 1979. We need to examine the bloody, tragic, and utterly predictable fate of the useful idiots, a term attributed to Lenin describing naive sympathizers who blindly aid a totalitarian takeover, completely unaware that they will be the first ones lined up against the wall when the revolution succeeds. What is happening right now in the United States and across the West is a carbon copy of the Iranian trap. The left-wing foot soldiers burning cities, tearing down statues, and demanding the dismantling of the American system are building their own gallows. And the MAGA movement is the only force standing in their way. In the late 1970s, Iran was under the rule of Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the Shah of Iran. He was an authoritarian leader, but under his rule, Iran was rapidly modernizing. Women wore Western clothing, attended universities, and participated in public life. However, the Shah's iron-fisted secret police created a pressure cooker of resentment. When the revolution sparked, it was not initially a monolithic Islamist movement. It was a massive, diverse coalition. The streets of Tehran were flooded with secular intellectuals, university students, feminists, socialists, and hardcore communist factions. They believed they were the vanguard of a progressive utopia. It was a marriage of convenience. The leftists possessed the organizational skills and propaganda networks. Khomeini possessed the religious authority to mobilize the rural working class. The leftists arrogantly believed that once the Shah was removed, Khomeini would step back into a purely religious role. They believed they would be left to build a secular, socialist paradise. They were spectacularly, fatally wrong. They were the ultimate useful idiots. They provided the muscle, the blood, and the revolutionary legitimacy for a regime that fundamentally despised them. Like, share, and subscribe for part 2 and more truth exposed.